All right, what's going on, Money Make team? It's Ryan back again. We got another great video for you guys today, and we're gonna go through why your cold outreach is failing, or why most cold outreach actually fails. And so this is one that's dear and true to my heart, because we've been able to make cold outreach work for companies and industries that people have said we've tried this before and it has not worked. And the reason we're able to make it work when other agencies fail is strictly based off the principles I'm going to outline in this video. So pay attention, tune in, grab a chair, grab some beverage, grab some popcorn, whatever, and check this out, okay? And if you've never heard of us before, I'm Ryan Ogren. I'm the founder of Money Make Marketing, and we deal mostly with medical device clients, high-ticket medical device clients. We do have a couple industrial manufacturers, and we do have a couple high-end enterprise-level B2B service companies, okay? So all three of those, for the most part, are high-ticket deals, all right? And the reason I'm saying this is because the mechanics and the profit and the actual economics of cold outreach matters when we're talking about building an actual successful campaign. So why does most cold outreach fail? All right, I have my handy dandy iPad here, so I'm going to be walking you guys through. I'm just going to be drawing this out, and so making sure that you guys understand these principles. And now, if you guys don't know what cold outreach is, let me just draw this. Why does cold outreach fail? Okay, well first, like, what is cold outreach? Okay, so if you guys never heard of this term before, for whatever reason, it's like reaching out to a complete stranger that has no idea who you are. And you can do this like with cold calling, cold texting, cold DMing, cold emailing, door knocking, like just cold showing up to somebody's door. And you could do all different types of things. So text, call, DM, email, show up. And for the most part, for what we've done, and just like the amount of effort you have to put in versus your return, we focus primarily on email and DM, and primarily on the DM side we do LinkedIn. So we're cold email and LinkedIn for the most part is where we play our game, okay? And this is just what we've done. This is where our skill set is. Not saying one's better than the other, it's just what we know how to make work, okay? And once again, like, I will only put the stuff that's working right now on this YouTube channel. We're not here for views, we're not here for anything like that. This is literally to document content for our own team and our clients. So that's why we're talking about this, okay? So now we know what cold outreach is, so why does it fail? And to do this, I'm gonna actually draw this little diagram. And so we have cold, and then we have money, okay? And so this diagram is like just the sales process. I want you to think about it kind of like a dating analogy makes sense. So think about it like this. You know, you just walk up to, if you're a guy, you just walk up to a girl and you say, will you marry me? She's gonna run away, okay? So you're skipping steps in the process without knowing it. But if you're pretty much, when people are like, oh, cold email doesn't work for me, oh, like at that point in time, let me backtrack. So imagine this, right? You walk up to a girl, you say, will you marry me? She just runs away, okay? People do this, but with cold email and cold LinkedIn and all these DMs, they go and they just like reach out and they say, hey, do you want to buy something on LinkedIn? They go right up to the person. They say, do you want to spend $50,000 with us? And they just run away. And then that guy that said, will you marry me, thinks that it's not going to work. But in all reality, what actually happens, they just skip steps, okay? So the whole idea here is you can't skip steps. And chances are, if your cold outreach is failing, you are actually skipping steps in the nurture process, okay? So this right here is your nurture process. And it oftentimes takes a long time. That's the sucky part about this. It really does take time to actually warm leads up, but you can shorten it, okay? So our goal now becomes, we need to hit every stage. We need to hit every stage in order to get them to buy. Okay? That's literally what we have to do. All right? So think about this like this. We need to get married. This is not a how to get married video. Okay? This is not a how to get married video. But let's take the dating example again, and just back to the guys, because I'm a guy and this is what I can speak to. if we're trying to get married as quick as we possibly can, because let's just say that's compared to us making money in this instance, right? In this metaphor, then we need to go up to that girl and we can't skip any steps, but we have to condense it as fast as we possibly can. All right, so how are we going to do that? First, we can't skip any steps. That's rule number one. So the very first thing we're going to do, we're going to walk up to her. We have to introduce ourselves. We have to like build trust. We have to build desire. You know, we have to do all kinds of things. And what we might do is we might just like start like getting her all the information that she needs to like have to be able to make a decision on like a first date. And then we might just try and take her immediately to go have a first date right then and there. And then once you have your first date, you probably want to set like a follow-up date or something like that and just move things along quickly. And then that follow-up date is probably going to be like tomorrow or the next day or the day after. So you're shrinking this. You're not waiting time. Now she's going to probably be freaked out. So you have to kind of massage this and you got to be chill. And so where am I going with this? We can do the same thing with our prospects. Okay, and so what we actually use for our clients is a personalized Loom video. And what's in this Loom video, and sometimes we'll actually just do a video sales letter. Sometimes it matters, sometimes it doesn't. And I'll explain that a little bit more in a second. But this Loom video, what it actually is and the importance behind it is it's showing them value, trust, credibility. Okay? And so you can even say credibility is aligned with trust, but value and trust are the things that get calls booked. All right? But they also are things that close deals. And cold outreach, it's not like you're going to book more calls for your team with cold outreach than you would with like running ads or anything like that. No way. It's just not how the platforms work. That's why I mentioned deal size ahead of time, right? You need to have a very, very high ticket deal for this to actually, the economics to make sense for you to put this time into it. Okay? Now, I'm not saying it doesn't work for lower ticket, and if you don't have a lot of capital to put into ads, then obviously this makes sense. But with cold outreach, now we need to warm up these leads. So we're right here, okay? What do we have to say? We use a lead magnet, but then we actually throw in the nurture into that lead magnet, okay? So now it's dense. And, you know, Alex Hormozi has said constantly that strangers don't give you minutes, they give you seconds. And I believe in that, so we've played around with this a few times. First off, our lead magnet, this video where we have our nurture, or lead magnet plus nurture, was like a 5 to 10 minute video, and it actually had strategy in it, just like actual strategy involved in that. And that was for all of our clients. It was their strategy. It was also like how this device is going to get them to their dream outcome, like how all kinds of different things. And we would have that video, and then we'd show testimonials, case studies. We would spend a lot of time on that video, and we'd personalize each one. So that actually would build it. Not only is it valuable for them for the lead magnet, but it also builds that lead nurture as well. Okay, so that's super, super interesting. Now, what we've been doing now, and this is like brand new, is we just do 2 different videos, and then we add 2 more. Okay, so now the follow-up. So now if we just look at what this looks like, this cold email funnel, and this is stuff that nobody's going to tell you. Like, you need to follow this. You need to like, subscribe, and check us out. And if you want to work with us, you can see our website below. Just click it and apply to work with us, and you can check that out. But you can see here cold, and then you see warm. Okay, and so what we've been doing now is as soon as we reach out to them here and they respond saying they want the lead magnet. Okay, so they say, yeah, Ryan, send it over. Immediately what we send them is just like a 60, 90 second, just like jam-packed personalized video. The goal is to get them to book. This video has to have, you know, value and trust in 90 seconds. Hard to do. But now, in this, we actually would, in this process, this is the nurture. In this process, right? So what we're gonna do in that actual video, we're gonna actually send them another video, and it's our nurture video. And we do this after they book. Okay? And so this is like a personalized nurture video. Okay? And it's going to be like going through what they're going to be doing on the call. It's going to be going through your specific strategy, some ideas that you had, and then you're going to say, we're going to talk more about this on the call. Okay? What this nurture video is this is going to increase your close rate. Because oftentimes, folks that just book with you, they still don't trust you, and there's a very high chance that they're just not going to show up on that call because they don't value you, they don't trust you yet, right? So we need to build that nurture, okay? And once we build that nurture, what we're doing is we're optimizing not for show rate, but we're optimizing for close rate, guys. Okay? This is the biggest thing. People are like, Ryan, we don't have like 1 million booked calls. It's never meant to give you 1 million booked calls. We're reaching out to people one-to-one. What we're trying to do is get to big deals that are going to move the needle for your company. And if we have 1 call booked for that month, but that 1 call closes and you make $5 million from it, yes, so be it, right? So that's what we're talking about here. And so but it could also be like 20 calls, and right, you reach out to 40 people and 20 of them book, right? And then what we're trying to do is increase the close rate. But the way we do that, you get exponential returns when you can send them something and then they get warmed up ahead of the call. Then on that call, you can actually pitch and close instead of having to do a 2 call. Okay? So that's what we're talking about here. Most people fail with cold outreach. Just to bring it full picture, they fail with it because they do not properly nurture and personalize their leads. Okay? They try and run up to a lead and ask them to get married too fast. The leads run away. Okay? So if you nurture them properly and you actually showed valuable stuff in that nurture video, they will love you. Okay? And so what to show in the nurture video? I don't know who you are if you're watching this, but strategy is good. Case studies are good. Just personalized research is good. Trust assets are good. You know, if you just look at your like Stripe link and you just say, hey, you know, this is how many refunds we've had or whatever, like that's good. You know, you want to be building trust. But really anything is value and trust. One of the things that we like to do for our clients is we actually show them a lead list ahead of the call. And we'll say, look, check this out. We built this for you with our own team, with our AI, and our AI checked this and said that it was good for you too. What do you think of this? We'll talk about it on the call. Do you think they're going to not show up to that call if I see them watch that video? They're going to be there, right? And same thing goes for you. So like that a little bit of strategy ahead of time is good. And if you do a bad job with this, it's not like the end of the world. You can just say, preface at the beginning of the video, look, we're going to talk about this on the call, so we're going to be able to tighten things up for you. But what we wanted to talk with you, we just wanted to show you that like we've been doing some research, we've been thinking about this, you know, and we want to get your thoughts on this on the call. So this is what we were thinking about, you know, to target folks for you initially. Check out this list, go through this, and then we'll see you on the call, and we'll go, you know, we can hit the ground running. People love that. They just love initiative. So that's another thing. Just show initiative. Okay, we booked one of our clients with a company that has over 1,000 employees. They do over $300 million per year in a very competitive industry. And, you know, there's very, 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 very little calls that get booked in this industry, just based off of statistics. We got them booked in a very warm call. We did it with 1 video. It was a personalized video, and I actually recorded that video for them because I was worried that someone else would screw that up. And so when we did it, when we got them that video, they booked immediately right after it because we just looped that whole video together. All right, so to boil it down, you can do 1 mini video, and then when they book, do the strategy nurture, or you can just do the big video. But your cold outreach is the reason your cold outreach is failing right now is because you're skipping the nurture step. And you don't know, I guess another thing that is probably relevant is if you are doing this and your cold outreach is still not working, you're probably not tracking it, right? You don't know what your actual return on your cold outreach is, how much you spend on these tools, the time you put in, what the value of your time is, but also what your actually return is, your close rate. You probably don't track your numbers, which you should. Also, you're probably slow to these leads. You're probably not responding to them as quick as possible. Or your strategy and your Loom videos fucking suck. Excuse my French. Okay, so you have to be good. Like, you have to be good. All right, so that's another piece of this. But anyways, wanted to come on and just walk you guys through why your cold outreach is failing. And just to boil it down, why is it? You're not nurturing your leads, and you have to be able to nurture in fast time frames. Otherwise, your clients don't like you. And our clients love us. Okay, so hope you guys enjoyed this one. Ryan Ogren, Money Make Marketing. Like, subscribe, turn the alert bell on, and we'll keep cooking out this fire. All right, see you guys.